Dear viewers, this is Ababesh Makonnen with the weekly program Talk to Addis, in which we unpack ideas and people who shape Addis Ababa, Africa, and the world. In today's session, we will be having the rest part of the discussion we have made last week with Dr. Daniel Lerebu about Addis Ababa's corridor development implementation and its positive impact in terms of reshaping the capital into more appealing and the world-class city. Stay connected with us. This is Ababesh Makonnen. Reasonably speaking, the post-reform Ethiopia's Addis Ababa is running against time, working against to sleep. What kind of economic opportunity is created due to this development, the corridor development initiative, especially for youth, small business, and the other informal institutions in Addis Ababa?
Urban centers are engines of technology, engines of job creation economy, engines of science and technology actually, engines of, education, right? So with that regard, previous urban centers in Ethiopia, including Addis Ababa, are not playing their role. Addis Ababa and the other urban centers should have to play a role. From the very beginning, urban center, people are migrating, people are changing their way of life from rural to urban area in search of better life, better education, better infrastructure, right? With that regard, the future is urban, definitely, so that urban centers are centers of job creation. Currently, Addis Ababa is rejuvenating. Addis Ababa is redeveloping. Very, very radically redeveloping, fundamentally redeveloping and changing. That is, on the other hand, creating job. As I told you, the mixed-use development is a job. Look at now. For example, 10-story building, the exemplary I can say, from 10-story building, 4 stories are, commercial, 3 stories maybe office, the remaining 4 stories residential. They are working and, shopping and living on the same building. Look at commerce and the office are job. They are the job components. The remaining is residence, all right? So that there are, this is, people are working here now. You can see even, in this garden, there are job creation here now. Young people are working, fast food. You can see here now, even, gardening, watering here now, that some have got job creation again on the other hand. And also, there are different buildings coming along the street side, mixed-use buildings, people are employing there, and private and government institutions, So even a tourism, it is a big, job creation. So the investment is here. And the development, there are fences you can see now. That the different plots, the different blocks on progress now to redevelop, right? And the investors are developing, the different buildings are coming, so that with that regard, there is job opportunity. Job creation is there, right? So that previously, the land use itself is not efficient. It is underutilized. Low-rise building structures along the street side. Now there is multi-story building is coming. That is job creation on the other hand. Investors are coming, investing there, job creation is there. Along the street there are, public amenities, citizens are working there. Fast food, people are recreating. And even, you purchase some, items, fast food or something like that before, our interview. Exactly. That's one of the indicators. There's a job creation on the other hand now, right? So that while rejuvenating, while redeveloping, while bringing, the corridor development, other neighborhood development, it is crystal clear job creation is coming. And creating opportunity for job, for investment. The investment is job on the other hand, right? And malls, different hotels come along the street side, right? Along the route. So that, the activity, on the linear backbone, coming. The activities are coming so as to make sure, the land value and the mobility is, getting, and the integrated infrastructure is coming. So that is on the other hand. Health, as I told you, the outcomes before, health, aesthetics. Aesthetic by itself is job creation on the other hand. It has physical, psychological, satisfaction, spiritual satisfaction. You can feel that. People are getting health along the street while walking on the street on the pedestrian walkway. You are going to feel health on the other hand. Your life expectancy is increasing on the other hand. So that we are creating sustainable community, sustainable built environment, sustainable urbanization, sustainable Addis Ababa. I'm certainly confident with that regard now as a professional. Thank you.
Dr. Daniel Lerebo, I am really happy to have such an amazing time with you now. But I think we do have a lot of parks and greenery areas in our city due to this Korea Development Initiative. I wanted to discuss the rest part of our question, walking around those areas. Would you happy to do so, please?
Let's go.
Thank you very much. As the one who has been participating ideally in this Addis Ababa city's urbanization planning, in your knowledge, what do you feel when you see these green infrastructures? What does it feel?
Thank you very much. Actually, you have asked me from the very beginning of this interview. Urban planning by itself is an art and a science. It's art on the other hand. Now, some emotional characteristics is there, and it is also science. Some physical and intellectual characteristics is there, all right? So urban planning is an art and a science, deals with the spatial arrangement of different urban functions, different land uses in a given specified area by considering political, economical, social, environmental, legal, and the cultural aspects so as to bring about sustainable development and a wise utilization of the land, limited resource. We disregard now, social aspect is here now. There are different dimensions, social dimension. People are recreating, so people are enjoying here in an open field, in a garden, right? And even this garden is composed of different plant species. Canopy tree you can see, again conical, ornamental tree you can see. Now there is psychological satisfaction. People are viewing, people are visiting, and by watching, people are enjoying, now getting, spiritual, psychological,
fresh air.
Yes, it's a breathing space on the other hand. It's a breathing space in which people are exploiting health. So with that regard, social dimension, people are sitting, people are chatting, people are enjoying together. There are sitting spaces, there are walking spaces now you can see, right? Now we are walking. There are walkways. There are also sitting spaces now. There are standing spaces. There are enjoying spaces. So that now one of the outcomes of corridor development is creating public space on the other hand. Greenery and open spaces in which people are enjoying, walking, sitting, right, chatting. There are public cohesion, public interaction. You can feel that. I'm feeling that now. So tremendous benefits are there because of this corridor development. At every side of, this corridor development, you can see again amenities. There are public toilets at every 300 or 400 meter interval. You can see no more suffering by having public toilets again on the other hand. And there are sitting spaces, there are malls, there are cafes, recreational spaces, hotels, and residential buildings are there. Mixed use and compact buildings are coming along the street side. There are also appealing building structures with good architecture, which could be taken as one of the tourism elements actually. Buildings are the pronounced urban elements. Along the street side you can see very appealing building facades you can see. Look at there now, building frontage, the facade is appealing. The fenestrations are very appealing. Fortunately, we are very much close to convention center. There are different building structures. There are, it's high real estate on the other side. You can see that now. The openings are very appealing, very attractive. And then, while, running and circulating in a built environment, you can feel health, you can feel aesthetics. You can feel, population, very sustainable and very safe mobility you can feel now. So that the benefits of corridor development is quite tremendous that we are benefiting from it now.
What was the challenges observed during the implementation of this corridor development initiative, Doctor?
Yeah, actually, there are different challenges. Actually, while implementing this, there are different challenges. Actually, there are some people who are resisting, the development. That has already been, by discussion, by public hearing and public, that has been already resolved. And sometimes, the challenge is, the participation, sometimes limitation of participation of different stakeholders, all right? And then, so that has already, proactively done, and the city administration working with the community, working with, different, actors or stakeholders. That is another achievement on the other hand. Another one is, the utility line, the infrastructure. Previously, the utility alignment and the provision of this different, sewage line, sewer line, water supply line, electric line, ditch, stormwater management, ditches are not well organized. While realizing this corridor development, that was a big challenge. So as to, manage that, and also even, it impedes the construction properly. So that is the challenge, but these challenges are going to be resolved for the future. Now the sustainable development is coming. In the future, that might not be happening again because it is well integrated infrastructure is coming and realizing at the moment, so that by constructing another, you are not demolishing, one infrastructure to install another infrastructure. Now it is integrated. So without any distraction, without any further cost, now we are going to maintain this. Another problem is, currently after this plan realization, maintenance problem is there. The government should have to give emphasis to maintain and to make sustainable infrastructure, sustainable evergreen built environment, so that watering, irrigating, these vegetations, covering this sustainably by employing, professional gardeners, right? And, cooperation and, collaboration matters actually, so that we have to maintain, the current development sustainably by, offering adequate budget, right? And employing, professional employees to maintain, right? This might be the challenge in the future. So the government should have to solve that problems again so as to maintain sustainability.
As you know, research indicates quality leadership and political commitment failed to enhance the country's socio-economic development in general. Conversely, when this goes opposite to this idea or intention, it brings us socio-economic failure. My question to you is, how do you see the post-reform political commitment and political leadership that brought this Africa's political hub, Addis Ababa, in such appealing and amazing manner?
Thank you very much. Urban planning is the process or the tool used to manage urbanization. And the ultimate goal is so as to bring about socio-economic development.
Exactly.
Without political leadership commitment, without expertise involvement, without developers involvement, without community, it could not be realized. It could not be realized. So we are going to realize, and we are going to achieve the mission and the vision of urban planning through the all actors' involvement, particularly political commitment. Now, political leaders should have to give freedom for experts, for urban planners, for experts who shoulder the planning efforts and the experiences, right? So with this regard now, the political commitment played a crucial role in Addis Ababa. With this particular element, even the nomenclature, the name has already given for Addis Ababa leadership, smart leadership, and have got award from the international, from a smart city or a smart country, particularly, South Korean government is smart by its very nature. Even though the Seoul metropolitan government and other centers are smart cities, digital cities, virtual cities. So, with that, this country, experts are, visited Addis Ababa and, evaluated Addis Ababa's performance, and they gave award. And they underline that Addis Ababa's political leadership is smart. So the name is smart leadership. Addis Ababa smart leadership. It has been underlined in the nomenclature given because of their performance. So that so as to maintain, sustainable socio-economic development, sustainable urban development, the political commitment matters. Political commitment, collaborates with, experts, collaborates with, investors, collaborates with contractors, collaborates with the entire community so as to maintain sustainability, okay? So that sustainable infrastructure, sustainable, building development, real estate development, sustainable, governance, e-governance, e-land administration, smart Addis Ababa is going to be realized, because of leadership, political leadership commitment, so that the socio-economic outcome is urban planning, even though now the ultimate outcome is socio-economic development and socio-economic sustainability, right? So with that regard now, environmentally safe, socially cohesive, economically vibrant built environment is going to be realized because of political leadership commitment. So that political leadership, politics means, politics means science. It's an art. So as to bring about, sustainable leadership, transparent, accountable, responsive leadership. Now Addis Ababa, I can talk about Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is, at the moment, have very smart leadership at the moment, right? So the next 11th structure plan will be realized very efficiently and respond, the public needs, respond public, amenities and public question again now. Right, will be responded very sustainable in a very responsive manner, right? Thank you.
Let me take you to Agenda 2063, Doctor. Agenda 2063 recognize urbanization as a well-planned, inclusive and resilient,
yes,
especially in its first aspiration under the goal 1 and 2. How do you see the Addis Ababa's achievement in this framework?
Definitely. Now, currently, even the vision, the urban footprint, so as to make, Addis Ababa more sustainable, resilient, right, evergreen built environment. With that regard, by maintaining it, by coping, by adapting and mitigating the climate change, by making, evergreen built environment, as I told you before now, the city in the park. Right? Agenda 2063 so as to bring sustainable urban environment, resilient built environment. With that regard, the future is urban, definitely urban. We are the least urbanized country in Africa. So that what kind of built environment is going to be created in the future, right? Now currently it is exceeding 60%. In 2050, probably exceed 70%. And in 2063, probably 75% the world population have got urbanized. So with this regard now, we must be proactive to cope up the challenges as a result of urbanization in the future, right? So planning deals with the future, sustainable future. So that with that regard now, Addis Ababa will be resilient. Addis Ababa will be the center of, world. Because currently, even Addis Ababa is the capital of African Union, the capital of United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and also more than 130 diplomatic missions are here, and probably play crucial role, regional role, all right, global role. Probably after 2063, Addis Ababa will be cosmopolitan, plays a crucial role for other urban centers, and here Addis Ababa will be the standard. Addis Ababa will be the benchmark. Addis Ababa will be exemplary, could be deduced for other urban centers. The standards, the malls, the public spaces, like a playground you can see here, right? The garden, the green spaces, the malls along the three sides, and the public space institutions. Addis Ababa is the center of academic institution. On the other hand, urban village has already been underlined by Addis Ababa City Administration. The ratification have been approved by City Administration. Addis Ababa University, that corridor, Addis Ababa University Village. So that with that regard now, in terms of education, in terms of tourism, in terms of administrative issues, in terms of, investment, recreation, Addis Ababa will be the hub of Africa, the hub of the world in East Africa. Even, as I told you, about climate, Addis Ababa is very conducive climate. It has, not cumbersome. No need of air conditioning, no need of heating, no need of, the devices to maintain, climate. Naturally, we have endowed very, very conducive climate condition, so that also another important, another opportunity that attracts, that pulls, not push, that pulls economy, investment, tourism towards Addis Ababa. So Addis Ababa, the role is tremendous. Agenda 2023, Addis Ababa will be benefiting from that.
Thank you very
much. And we are working on it so as to make sure that vision, that agenda, to put to ground. Thank you.
So we can say Addis is running against time to meet that.
Yeah.
The other point that I want to raise to you is we need, to have people with enlightened mentality in terms of protecting such kind of investment. To reshape Addis Ababa, the country has invested a lot in terms of material, capital, and so forth. So this property belongs to the society, the community itself. So what is expected from the society in terms of protecting these properties, these investments, keeping its beauty, its history, its culture?
Yeah, one of the nervous challenge, in the community is there is attitude change matters. People should have to maintain, should have to keep as a public property, as own property, right? And looking at this each and every, the pavement, the greenery along the riverside, and the garden, and the coverings, even the solid liquid waste management, everything, the property, it is an asset. It's an asset. So this asset should be, kept and protected by the community. Now the participation matters. This is not the private property. It is the public. This belongs to everyone. I'm the owner of this property. I'm the owner of this asset. Should be maintained, and then everyone should have to cooperate to keep, to make sustainable, to maintain, and to pass to the next generation. We have to keep, we have to maintain, and we have to protect this property from destruction. And so that this requires different actors' participation. The community is number one. Even the government, by offering, by allocating budget, by employing gardeners, by employing employees to maintain and to manage this public property, and all stakeholders should have to take part. So as to maintain and so as to make sustainable for the next generation, to pass to next generation, okay? Otherwise, this is one-time project or one-time benefit and something like that. So many times, the utilities, the public amenities are not sustainably, serving the public at large. So that to make it more sustainable, every actor, particularly communities, and everyone, even those who are enjoying here, should have to take part, and they have to keep, and they have to protect these amenities, and so with that regard, the requires everyone's participation, everyone's cooperation to maintain, the asset, the amenity, the infrastructure, the utility to pass to the next generation. So because, you know, one of the important components, even the plan is to thinking for the future, right? To thinking for the future. And then by solving the current problem, that problem should never happen again. And it should be sustainably, you know, serve the community at large. So that cooperation, collaboration, working together, coming together, the government, the politicians, the leaders, community, developers, investors, experts, enjoying, you know, the customers, all should have to work together so as to maintain, so as to keep sustainable, you know, a service for the generation. Okay.
Finally, Doctor, what lesson does this Addis Ababa's corridor development implementation achievement drive to your learners, especially as the one who is the urban planning surgeon? Yes. What lesson have you gotten from this?
Thank you very much. You know, planning is, you know, planning is a big investment. Benjamin Franklin underlined, fail to prepare is preparing to fail. You know, the government is working on big data, you know, in a basic. This I think this has been already, you know, maintaining, leading from the situation Rome. Even, you know, this is an asset, smart, you know, digitally. This data should be recorded at office, and the experts should manage even the maintenance from the situation Rome. Data should be recorded properly, and that's very important. And I'm learning from this, planning is a big investment. Plan preparation is very simple, but the implementation is very hard, very difficult. So that while realizing urban plan, prepared plan, the proposal on the ground, political commitment matters. Because of the direct involvement of, direct ownership of this plan, this corridor development has got realized, has got confidently implemented because of leadership commitment, because of community participation, because of investors, because of developers, because of contractors' commitment, because of experts' commitment, because of sectors, you know, concerned sectoral offices like Addis Ababa City Administration Plan and Development Bureau, Addis Ababa Land Management Bureau, Land Administration Bureau, Addis Ababa Construction Bureau, you know, all those, you know, are working together. And, you know, city administration, mayor office, manager office, all working together. They have got realized such a kind of this holistic and such a kind of appealing development in Addis Ababa. And then, so my students, even, you know, we learn as an expert, the leadership political commitment is number one essential component that we are learning from that. That I even, you know, inform and convey this message for my students. So there's a political commitment, and ownership should have to continue sustainably. Because of that, previously the deadlock, previous, you know, the challenges and the drawbacks of the previous plan is the implementation problem. For example, the previous, you know, from the 10 plan out of 10 plan, you know, 9 plan, the implementation was very weak because of weak political commitment. But the 10th plan, particularly before some 2 years ago, since 2023, the political commitment was directly, you know, realizing there. Now we are experiencing such a kind of development in Addis Ababa within a year. This is amazing. It was never happened the last 39 or 138 or 136 years since Addis Ababa's establishment. But the previous 2 years, you know, commitment and the implementation were amazing and tremendous. And that we learn, that we deduce this learning experience, best practice and exemplary to the other urban centers of Ethiopia, Bahir Dar, Awasa, Gondor, Adama, Dredawa, right, Shashamene, Jimma, Naqamt, Desse, Makele, right, Benshangul, Asosa, and other urban. They are realizing, when we visit all urban centers in Ethiopia, the same learning experience is, realizing in all urban centers of Ethiopia. Addis Ababa have been taken as an exemplary, not for our country, but also for other urban centers, for Johannesburg, for, Kigali, for other European cities even, Addis Ababa is getting, the tourism hub, okay, investment hub, recreational hub, right, and economic hub, trade hub, all right, trade center. It is getting that now. It's playing a cosmopolitan role. On the other hand, Addis Ababa has got very secure and safe built environment. Now there is a security, there is safety. Everyone can visit. No more, insecurity in Addis Ababa. Because of what? Illumination and visibility. Every, you can, very clear walkway, green strip, bike lane, carriageway, all the right of you can see. Even the buildings are very appealing. Now the gray color has got realized. Now color code is there so as to make, it is our identity. Addis Ababa has its own image and identity because of the color code even, That could be taken as a lesson for other urban centers so that my students will learn again. Actually, we are already conveying and the responsibility for them because the next generation will be shouldered by this, generation, the students. Thank you.
Again, finally, including the area we are here now and the other green infrastructures in the capital was the part of Addis Ababa's Corridor Development Initiative. So beyond being tourism potential, political hub, economic hub, how can it help your students, such kind of green infrastructures in the city in terms of, having a quality time and others?
Yes, I'm an urban designer. My profession, I'm associate professor of urban design and planning. So that now, even my students are, conducting project, urban design, the corridor side, water, riverside urban design. Look at it now, heritage urban design, right? And, corridor development urban design, and, nodal point around about commercial hub urban design. They are working on it. And during that now, this could be taken as a case study even for my students. And I'm, just give them assignment to bring, rapid appraisal and assessment from the corridor development. What it lacks, what is the learning, what's the experience from that now. So students are even, presenting and discussing each other and bringing and, as even writing articles and, as a project, they are experiencing that and that could be taken, as a lesson for Addis Ababa even, So that with that regard, my students are learning a lot, from this development. Not only my students, all African universities, are also visiting. And because Addis Ababa is almost attracting and pulling, the different, African nations, head of states to visit, with that regard now, the role is very, very crucial and significant so that my students also benefiting a lot. And we will also improve and we will also recorrect even mistakes even, in the future. So because planning is, the correction of mistakes. So that my profession is, quite responsible so to maintain even as an expert such a kind of development, not only corridor, neighborhood development plan and, local development plan, right? So that landscape design even in that regard, the riverside development, look at here now, it's well maintained riverside developments here. So with that regard now, we learn a lot. Even not only students, our instructors will learn, a lot from this.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
It's even psychological empowerment.
Yes, absolutely.
Seeing Addis in this state.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
I appreciate on behalf of my media organization, Addis Media Network, for your insightful ideas, ideal explanations, and time investment. Dr. Daniel, thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, this is all about the second part of the discussion we have made with Dr. Daniel Lerebo about Addis Ababa's Corridor Development Initiative implementation and its positive impact in terms of reshaping the capital into smart and world-class city. I, Abu Besh Mekonnen, have hosted you. See you next time.